Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's presentation of Heartland Championship Wrestling. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with action from Pro Wrestling Mid-America. We are in St. Louis at the Kiel Auditorium with 3 special feature bouts televised here on the channel tonight. Our main event will be for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship as the heavyweight champion Ted DiBiase defends his title against Jerry the King Lawler. We'll also see the PWMA Tag Team Championship on the line as Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher defend against the Moondogs. And in our opening contest, it will be Dusty Rhodes battling it out with Nick Bockwinkel. Already here on the channel tonight, or in our dark matches tonight, before we went live, the show opened with a battle between Killer Khan and Blackjack Mulligan that was won by Mulligan after Khan threw Mulligan out of the ring and blasted him with a foreign object. Our second match of the night showed some strange happenings as the very exciting and popular team of the Conways, Tiger Conway Sr. and Tiger Conway Jr., scored a major upset with a win over the fabulous Freebirds of Michael Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. It was Hayes who went up to the top turnbuckle and came down and landed awkwardly on his head. Tiger Conway Sr., the veteran, wasted no time in clamping on a sleeper hold. Hayes may have been out cold before the sleeper hold even got locked in, but the referee called for the bell, and the match was awarded to the Conways by way of a submission. So a devastating defeat for the fabulous Freebirds, and you may not like them, but you certainly don't want to see Michael Hayes or anybody in this sport suffer a serious injury. So the Heartland training staff is checking out Hayes, and Gordy is by his side as we speak. As we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan, and Philip Reynolds, thank you both for tuning in tonight in the chat room. And if you would be so kind as to give me a quick sound check. I know I've had sound issues in the past. Everything on my end seems to be working pretty well. Then we saw another somewhat surprising match as the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Steve Dr. Death Williams returned to action. Williams did not look like his head was in the game fully, and he ended up losing again by submission to Billy Jack Haynes. It was Williams who set up a table outside of the ring on the arena floor, but before he could power slam Haynes through the table, it was Haynes with a backdrop that put Dr. Death through the table, and that set up Haynes for the full Nelson, a devastating finisher, and he was able to get the win over the former world champion. And in our last match before we went to air, it was the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, picking up a big win over their old rivals, the team of Bad Company, B-A-D-D, Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond. And it was Diamond who took the loss after Michaels put him away with a super kick. And that brings us to tonight's feature broadcast. Our feature matches, as we say hello and thank you for the sound check to Cleveland Baseball Fan 879. Tim, thank you for coming out tonight. Tonight's opening televised contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Singles competition here in Pro Wrestling Mid-America. Introducing first from Beverly Hills, California, 6'1", 245 pounds. This is Nick Bockwinkel. So Nick Bockwinkel coming down to the ring as the fans register their opinions with boos, and Bockwinkel just seems to eat that up. Bockwinkel, a former world heavyweight champion in his own right, getting back into the wrestling scene here in PWMA and trying to work his way back up the contenders ladder. Tonight will be a very tough test against a very tough opponent indeed. His opponent, 6 feet even and 289 pounds. Out of Austin, Texas, he is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And the fans are going crazy for Dusty Rhodes as he comes down to ringside and high fives the fans along the ringside aisleway. And it will be Bockwinkel and Dusty Rhodes squaring off in tonight's opening televised matchup. And the opening initiative role is won by Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel moving in with a hip toss. Takes Rhodes down to the canvas. Rhodes quickly back to his feet. And the two men come together in the center of the ring. Another hip toss. This time Dusty powers his way out of that one. Not going over. And Dusty instead goes with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bockwinkel. And on a roll of 11, it is a big double specialty move. Both men go down. But the man with the superior turnbuckle rating is Bockwinkel. So Bockwinkel gets to his feet first. Rhodes came in with that looking to hit an elbow smash to the head. Bockwinkel got the knee up and scored with a knee to the jaw of Rhodes and took Rhodes down to the canvas. Bockwinkel now in control. And Bockwinkel is not going to let Dusty Rhodes escape the ring. Instead, he grabs Rhodes and delivers a butt drop to the leg. Starting to work on the lower extremities of Dusty Rhodes. And now Bockwinkel with the abdominal stretch. Abdominal stretch applied by Bockwinkel, a master of technical wrestling in that ring. Rhodes is going to manage to power his way over to the ropes. And Bockwinkel maintains control. Bockwinkel is going up and he is going to attempt a drop kick now. And on a roll of 8, he connects. Bockwinkel connects on the drop kick. And Rhodes is staggered backwards. Bockwinkel follows that up with another attempted drop kick. And this time Dusty got out of the way of that one. And Dusty comes back with a bionic elbow right in the center of the forehead. And Bockwinkel is staggered. That will cost Bockwinkel a point of fatigue. Just like that, when Bockwinkel thinks he has things under control, Rhodes out of nowhere hits that bionic elbow. Rhodes now follows up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Bockwinkel, and on a roll of 6, it is Bockwinkel who lifts a knee to the head of Dusty Rhodes, and Bockwinkel is back in control. Bockwinkel now goes back to the abdominal stretch, and this time Dusty is going to make his way to the ropes, and Dusty is going to go out through the ropes and down to the arena floor for a breather. On a roll of 7, Bockwinkel comes out of the ring. That's the best man win roll. And in this case, the best man on the outside of the ring is Dusty Rhodes. So a dust up at ringside, and Dusty with a big elbow smash to the head takes control. Bockwinkel may want to think twice before engaging Rhodes on the arena floor. But as they come back into the ring, it is the Stardust pile driver delivered by Dusty, and Bockwinkel is hurt. Rhodes follows that up, another bionic elbow right upside the head. And Bockwinkel is taking a trip to Goofy Street after a pair of bionic elbows. Dusty in control as Bockwinkel goes down, and Dusty with a big elbow drop. He's going to go for a cover. The pin roll here is 4, and on a roll of 4, he got him. Just like that, Dusty Rhodes with a pair of bionic elbows and a big elbow drop off of the middle rope makes the cover on Bockwinkel and gets the 3 count for the victory. How about that? Congratulations to Dusty Rhodes. He takes a step closer to a shot at the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. We've still got a few contenders in line for that belt, including tonight's number 1 contender, Jerry the King Lawler. We've also got Jackie Fargo and Wahoo McDaniel trying to work their way up the ladder as well. But Rhodes has taken one step closer to a title match with a big win here tonight over Nick Bockwinkel, a very, very formidable opponent indeed. All right, that brings us to our next match, and this is a tag team title match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 45-minute time limit and is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, hailing from parts unknown at a total combined weight of 532 pounds. I did the math before the broadcast, by the way. A total combined weight of 532 pounds. This is Spot and Rex, the Moondogs. All right, the Moondogs, a vicious team. Couple of brawlers who can just beat the stuffings out of a team. And really no inhibitions from Moondog Spot or Moondog Rex. But their opponents are as popular as they come in these parts. Your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions. Introducing first, 5'11", 265 pounds from Milwaukee. This is the Crusher. And his tag team partner out of Reno, Nevada, 6'1", 261 pounds. This is Dick the Bruiser. So the very popular tag team champions, Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher, will face off against the Moondogs here in St. Louis for the tag team championship. So we bring our championship dice into the playing field. And first we determine that it will be Dick the Bruiser starting things off against Moondog Spot. As we say hello to Salvador America at ringside, congratulating the Dream for his win. It seems the Dream is always a contender for any belt. That is partly true. Rhodes spent most of the spring and summer in a nasty feud with Terry Funk. And you may recall the big alley fight between Rhodes and Funk a number of months ago here on pay-per-view on the channel. But since then, Dusty has tried to return his focus to action in the ring. And he is now making his way up the contenders ladder. But now all eyes are fixed on the PWMA Tag Team Championship. As we have brawlers on both sides of the ring here, this will indeed be a slobber knocker, as our Red Sox fan has observed. And the opening initiative role is won by Moondog Spot. Moondog Spot on the attack. Tries for a crescent kick. That's a power move, and Dick the Bruiser is the more powerful of the two men. So Dick the Bruiser avoids that and comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Moondog Spot, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Dick the Bruiser that stuns Moondog Spot. Bruiser now in control. Bruiser moves in with a big knee smash, and Spot is hurt. Bruiser laying out the heavy lumber here early on. A forearm smash. Spot staggers backwards. Bruiser tags in the Crusher. We're going to see a double team here. And on a roll of 6, it is Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher combining to send Moondog Spot high into the air and down to the canvas hard with an awesome double neck breaker. Crusher now in control. Moondog Spot is down. And Crusher is immediately going to go to the Bolo Punch. That's a finisher. It's a +1. The pin roll here is 5 or lower, and right away, Moondog Rex is going to try for the pin save, and on a roll of 3, he does make the pin save. And in fact, a roll of 3 on the pin save chart takes us to the outside interference chart. So the wrestler interference chart. What is Rex going to do when he hits the ring? On a roll of 9, Rex comes into the ring and distracts the referee, breaking the pin count, but the referee orders him to leave. So no further shenanigans there, as Rex has to rescue his partner early on, and the Crusher maintains control. Crusher now with another big bolo and another cover attempt. This is going to be another pin save attempt for Moondog Rex, and on a roll of 8, he can't get there. The pin roll now is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 10, Spot is able to kick out. So Spot is in trouble, and the Moondogs have used all of their pin save opportunities. Now it is open season for Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. Here comes the Bruiser. Double team once again. Oh, and this time on a roll of 10, it is Spot who nearly escapes from the double team. But Bruiser does hit him with a running elbow smash, and Bruiser remains in control. Bruiser now follows that up with a big body slam, and Spot is going to leave the ring. Out to the arena floor we go. Spot and Bruiser mixing it up. And on a roll of 6, it is Spot who grabs Dick the Bruiser and slams him face first onto the announcer's table at ringside. We may see a disqualification here. And the disqualification roll for Spot's pretty high, but on a roll of 11, he will not be disqualified. And as the referee corrals the action back into the ring, it will be Moondog Spot in control. And Spot is going to pitch him right back out of the ring a second time. We will not see any shenanigans quite yet, but they're mixing it up on the arena floor again. And this time it is Dick the Bruiser who ducks, who is duking it out. And it is Bruiser who grabs Spot and runs him leg first into the steel ring steps outside the ring. Spot goes down, and Dick the Bruiser now is in control. This is getting crazy already outside the ring. And now as they try to get back into the ring, Bruiser rolls into the ring and rolls right back out, and the fight will continue. And this time it's going to continue on the shenanigans chart, the out of the ring again chart. Business is picking up here in St. Louis. As we roll on the out of the ring again chart, and on a roll of 8, that is the foreign object chart, a foreign object about to come into play. It's going to require a gut check roll, which is much to the advantage of Dick the Bruiser, as Spot has been taking a pounding. And sure enough, Dick the Bruiser wins the gut check roll and wins control of the foreign object, and he nails Spot with a foreign object. That is going to cost Spot another fatigue token. This may result in Dick the Bruiser getting disqualified. There's a roll of 4, one more roll of 5 or less, and we're going to have a disqualification here. But no, the match will continue as the referee lets it go. Both men are willing brawlers on the arena floor. No reason for a disqualification in that situation. And as action returns to the ring, once again, it is Dick the Bruiser in control. And now he goes for the top rope knee drop. That's his finisher. It's a +2. The pin roll here is 9 or lower. And on a roll of 7, he got him. Congratulations to Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher for a successful title defense here over Moondog Spot and Moondog Rex, as Dick the Bruiser pins Spot with a top rope knee drop. So it got pretty wild there for a few moments, but the Moondogs clearly met their match in Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. And they are going to go home empty-handed as the fans cheer for your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher for a big victory here tonight in St. Louis. Salvador, America, I will be surprised if somebody doesn't get DQ'd. It was close on a couple of occasions, but the referee let things go. And at the end of the show, the best team won, and that was Bruiser and Crusher, after Bruiser delivered that top rope knee drop. All right. Fans, that brings us to your main event of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. And if we're still here at 7 o'clock doing this match, I'll be a monkey's uncle. But this is for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger out of Memphis, Tennessee, 6 foot tall, 234 pounds. This is Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry Lawler coming down to ringside, much to the appreciation of the fans here in St. Louis. And the champion is going to make him wait here a few minutes. We've seen DiBiase play these psychological games. It's been an interesting run for DiBiase. As you may know, he was previously aligned with a couple of allies in Dr. Death Steve Williams and Lex Luger until DiBiase and Williams had to go one-on-one with a world title match opportunity on the line. And DiBiase won that match. DiBiase tried to get Luger to help him out, and Luger refused to do so and left the ring. So there's tension between Williams and DiBiase. And Luger has disappeared from Texas. And if you were with us last week, we saw Luger out of nowhere show up in Montreal to take up the fight with Magnum TA against the Four Horsemen. So Luger is out of Texas for the time being, and I don't know what DiBiase has in mind in terms of backup, because we know DiBiase doesn't like to go far without his backup. Oh, and sure enough, DiBiase has already changed that situation remarkably. As DiBiase comes through the curtain, he is accompanied by his new right-hand man. This is out of Tampa, Florida. This is Big Scott Hall. Big Scott Hall has been hired on as the right-hand man for Ted DiBiase. We don't need Luger. We don't need Dr. Death. We've got a big, bad Floridian with bad intentions here and willing to do what it takes to earn that money off of Ted DiBiase. So DiBiase goes to the well and comes right out with a big, and I do mean big, asset in his corner in the person of one Scott Hall. And the fans are just beside themselves with surprise. Jerry the King Lawler is shouting at Big Scott Hall. There's history there between those two. As the ring announcer makes his presence known, the PWMA heavyweight champion, accompanied to the ring by Big Scott Hall. He is 6'3", 245 pounds, out of Omaha, Nebraska. He is your reigning and defending Pro Wrestling Mid-America heavyweight champion. This is Ted DiBiase. All right, so DiBiase and Lawler ready to lock up with Scott Hall at ringside alongside the champion. This has been a night of surprises here in St. Louis. And Big Scott Hall certainly a surprise by his presence here tonight. As the opening initiative roll goes down, it is DiBiase who takes the opening initiative. As Lawler, perhaps distracted by the presence of Big Scott Hall at ringside, as DiBiase moves in with a knee lift and Lawler staggers back. DiBiase follows that up with a swinging neck breaker, just dumping Jerry Lawler down to the canvas. DiBiase is a smart guy and he's shrewd, but people forget what a good wrestler he is. As he is in control here, and now it is DiBiase with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Lawler. And on a roll of 8, it is a big kick from DiBiase that stuns Lawler and keeps DiBiase on the offense. DiBiase follows that up with another whip to the opposite turnbuckle. King bounces off the turnbuckle, actually grabs the arm of DiBiase as he comes back out to the center of the ring, and it is Lawler whipping DiBiase into the ring apron, into the turnbuckle, and as DiBiase comes into the turnbuckle, it is a running shoulder dive, but he misses. And DiBiase crashes hard into the corner. Lawler now with the opportunity to gain control. Lawler comes in and he's going to grab DiBiase by the scruff of the neck and just try for a big hip toss out to the center of the ring, and he gets him up, over, and down. DiBiase is down. Both men come to their feet and come together again in the center of the ring. This time it's DiBiase with a knife-edge chop. DiBiase follows that up with a big gut-wrench suplex, up, over, and down to the canvas. Goes Jerry Lawler. DiBiase again with some nice technical wrestling here, all while playing the head games. Here's another swinging neck breaker by DiBiase that dumps Lawler back down to the canvas. DiBiase follows that up with a knee lift, and Lawler is staggered. Another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Lawler, and on a roll of 11. That is the big specialty move from both men. Both men A-rated turnbuckle performers, so the advantage goes to the man on offense, which is DiBiase, and DiBiase delivers a skull-splitting lariat to Lawler as Lawler bounces off the turnbuckle. DiBiase now in control with an opportunity to do some damage. And DiBiase follows that up with another swinging neck breaker. Lawler is down. DiBiase moves in with another knife-edge chop. And this time Lawler is going to fire back, and Lawler just slaps DiBiase across the face. Lawler has had enough between the trash talking and the competitive nature of the ring. Lawler with a slap across the face. And now Lawler with a big back suplex, up and down hard to the canvas goes DiBiase. DiBiase is hurt. Very even matchup here. Both men with even agility and even power. So this could go either way as Lawler moves in on the offensive with a jumping stomp. DiBiase stays down. Lawler stays on him with a head scissors. Now DiBiase gets to his feet. And as they come together, it is DiBiase with a big clothesline that just drills Lawler right across the neck. And Lawler is down. DiBiase now with the advantage. Moving in, and as Lawler gets to his feet, it is the Cobra Clutch applied by DiBiase. That is his finishing move. The submission here is on a roll of 4 or lower. And on a roll of 3, he got him just like that. Oh my goodness, Ted DiBiase out of nowhere by way of the Cobra Clutch has won this match and successfully defended the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. And that was a flash roll. And as we do a little shenanigans check here, on a roll of 2, there were no shenanigans involved. But Lawler with a mischarge at the turnbuckle, and DiBiase took advantage with a big clothesline coming off of the lockup. Lawler went down, and DiBiase immediately clamped on the Cobra Clutch and finished the title defense here in St. Louis. A stunning win for Ted DiBiase. Not so much the outcome, but the suddenness of the outcome is what surprised us here as Jerry the King Lawler goes away disappointed. And DiBiase now celebrating with Big Scott Hall in the center of the ring as this show comes to a close. Ted was money in the bank, says Al, Red Sox fan. Indeed he was. And that brings tonight's show to a conclusion. Thank you to everybody who came out tonight. It's always fun to get on the air with some wrestling on a Saturday afternoon. Al, Red Sox fan, Salvador, America, Cleveland baseball fan 879, D. Scott Howard. Hello, D. Scott. Welcome to Saturday afternoon wrestling here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And of course, we heard from Philip Reynolds at the beginning of the broadcast as well. So thank you to everybody for checking out this afternoon's action. From the Dave Cave, this is Dave Little signing off and saying that's our stream, and I am out of here.